Today it's going to be not a package from China day, but it's going to be pretty wild. So I've been looking into all kinds of different cool devices, and I can tell you that when it comes to, let's say, plug and play solutions, this is maybe something of another level. But let's have some fun today and let's do a quick unboxing. I always have to be very careful, particularly with the top part over here. I'm not going to be damaging the box underneath. Because today we're going to be having some old school fun with some Time Crisis, and I can already see point blank steel gunner games, and we're going to be having some old school fun but with modern technology, because we can use this thing plug and play on your modern television. So I'm really curious how this is going to be working out. So this is kind of cool that they're giving me a personal note with a very nice postcard regarding actually saying just thank you for actually checking out this 30th anniversary of the Time Crisis with Elvis. So that's a very cool gesture. But let's take a close look and let's talk about the kit itself, because there are some couple of things you need to know. I love the packaging is saying actually reimagining, evolve and play. So this is actually the ultimate pack with 2 light gun and everything you're going to be needing for the ultimate experience. But let's take a close look at the website, because they do have different kind of variations. So when it comes to some of the kits, you need to ask yourself, what do you actually going to be needing? If you just want to play Time Crisis for the old school days and with point blank, or you just want to play alone, a single controller plug and play kit will be more than enough. Of course, the pedal would be a really great addition to Time Crisis, because that's actually how you should play it. So the plug and play situation, I think it's pretty cool. So it does have the option to have active recall, so I'm curious how that's going to be working out. Multiple screen sizes we can use, and okay, ergonomically designed. So let's see how ergonomic this thing is. So it also contains point blank, steel gunner and steel gunner 2. So one of the things I will hope is that we're going to be having an option to add more games to this. However, what's interesting also that it is actually the same combination with the Time Crisis arcade one-up that I actually reviewed here on the channel. It's interesting that it has exactly the same 4 games. But this Ultimate kit is absolutely awesome, because I'm really looking forward to playing point blank, because it's still one of my favorite games to play together. However, the pin, but particularly that stand that you're getting from Time Crisis, that is pretty cool. But I wanted to do this unboxing together with you. So let's get my knife and let's be very careful not damaging the box again. Normally I'm just wrapping everything, but let's do this very gently. There's not unwrapping the bubble wrap, but I'm going to be having Ultimate ASMR mode with some plastic and some sniffing, because we're going to sniff. How does it smell? So they were actually talking about something about AI powered games. So there is something AI about this that can actually make this all happen. And that is something that is kind of interesting, because we don't need any sensors, so what I understand of. So, this is kind of cool, and it's also technology-wise something really interesting. I do wonder if we're going to be seeing more of this, and when it comes to technology-wise, is this something new? So, in here, we're going to be having an explanation about, let's say, the product, and I want to say it's actually how it works and how you need to connect it. So, plug and play, actually, this is what it is. This just says everything, because you can just see how easy it is. I really love this piece of semi-plastic paper they're using. I like it. So on overall, when you're going to be looking at the gamer area here, you can just actually see when it comes to how many of a distance you need to be from the television. So at the first part, I'm going to be using a smaller, I think a 24 inches. So I'm going to be having 1.5 meters away from it. But besides that, I'm just going to be plugging it in, also calibration and everything. So this is absolutely pure nostalgia now. The simple reason, because it's the PlayStation game, I still own them, they're super cool. Let's see what's in here. The settings, explanations, and about everything. How you need to set up the Corsair, you can even turn it on and off, so that's kind of cool. Some more information about download your manual regarding the different basic, premium pack and ultimate pack. And here we're having the system itself. Man, that looks really cool. They put Time Crisis on top. So at the front, we do have 2 connectors, the power reset. So the overall design is basic. It looks like an Android box. So having HDMI, another USB-C. This is for powering on, and that's it. let's sniff it. Oh, it smells really nice. So here we're having the light gun itself. Ooh, having this very nice high quality cable itself. So one of the things I find really interesting is that the overall weight. This has like a very nice weight to it. Very lightweighted actually, but not to the point that feels like really cheap. Okay, so when it comes to, let's say, the trigger, you do have like a little bit of a situation over here, and I mean like not in a bad way. So I love it where the micro switch actually clicks already. So that is very positive. So that's great. AB, set button for navigation. You can turn on and off the recall. But yeah, this thing is indeed ergonomic. You know what is why you had like with the retro shooter, whereas like the first edition was really small and very comfortable, but the later ones were bigger and heavier. So peel off the camera cover, but it's something we're going to be doing later on. So in here we're finding all of the necessary cabling. You can remove this layer over here. And then we're having the second light gun. I can actually call this light gun. I should call it AI gun. So this is the pedal. The pedal itself, it's just simple, no micro switch underneath. So an interesting choice. Also a very nice high quality cable. So underneath we're going to be having these rubber pads. So that is absolutely great. So another important element is the weight. So this thing has some okay weight to it. So it's great. Simply because if you have no weight, it's going to be, let's say, moving around everywhere, and that's actually it. What are my goodies? Are you here? Ooh, there you are. And in here we're finding the goodies, the pin. I was really curious about the pin itself. Ooh, they did a great job with the pin. And this is that stand they were talking about. No, they were like all of the adapters, different regions, power supply. About the power supply, let's check it out. Let's see what's going on. Ooh, very small letters. So 12 volts, 20 watts, something like that. It's very difficult to actually show on the camera. That's how small it is. And here we're having the display that I'm absolutely going to be giving a special place in my collection. Ooh. Give you like a sneak peek before we're going to be putting it together, but man, this looks nice. And before I forgot, I found this really cute little box with this keychain. That also is one for the Ultimate Edition. But I already have some, oh man, it's already got some stuff on it, but this looks really cool. We did see it before with all kinds of cool things, but yeah, for a keychain, I like it. And I dropped it. But if you're going to be looking into, let's say, a plug-and-play solution, this is going to be interesting. So the reason why, because you don't need any weird things that we have like with PCs and software, whatever. No, this is just plug and play. For connecting it to the monitor, you're just going to be plugging in the HDMI and the USB-C. At the front, it's super easy to use because we're going to be having two buttons, one for power, another one for reset. Two USB-C ports, and these are actually for a kind of a combination. You can actually see that we do have two logos. So what you can do is plug in one controller, or in this case the light gun, and then we're going to be having the option for the pedal. And yeah, the pedal for Time Crisis, so this is going to be fun. But do not like the idea, this is more like a membrane underneath and not like a micro switch. But before we're going to be plugging everything in, so the first thing that we're going to be doing is removing the sticker, otherwise this is not going to be working. So let's peel this off. Bloop. And let's keep this. Love to keeping the stuff like that. So already then an overview of the light gun itself. Let's remove this strap. Love it how they implemented that in the cable. And the cable itself is super long. So we're going to be plugging this in here. Boop. So I think we're going to be starting off with the Time Crisis game. We're going to be plugging in over here the pedal. And then we're going to be powering on. But we're going to be moving the camera so we can see actually the first time boot up. Because I wanted to share this with you. Photosensitive seizure warning. Yep, this is what we're getting. Okay, so let's go. Let's see if this automatically goes away.
Getting started. Connect the power cable to the game mini console. Then plug it into a compatible AC adapter.
Alright, I did that.
Connect the HD cable from your TV.
How do you think I actually looking at this now? Huh? I already plugged it in. What kind of intro is this? Okay.
Distance from your TV for your screen size. The gun camera needs to fully see your screen.
Alright.
20 to 32 inches.
Okay.
1.5 to 2 meters.
Using 24 inches now.
32 to 50 inches. 2 to 3 meters. 50 to 65 inches. 3 to 3.5 meters. 65 inches or more. 3.5 to 4 or more meters.
Ooh, there's a lot of distance.
Uses one screen detection. If other screens are visible by the camera, this may affect the performance of the gun calibration. The screen has to be clearly seen. Any bright lights reflecting onto the screen may affect gun calibration performance.
Let's lower the value of let's lower the lights of the studio.
Playing.
Okay, I can freaking skip this because I'm not done with it. Okay, so let's calibrate. Let's move the camera and the monitor. Let's see how it works. I'm using 24 inches, so I think I'm not going to be needing a lot of space between the monitor and myself. Like he said, like 1 or 2 meters or so. Okay, let's see what's going on. Pull the trigger to continue. Okay, shoot at the center of all target 3 times. Okay. I love they're using the time crisis sound. But I think you need to do this actually every single time if you're going to be booting up the device. This is some serious, like, freaking calibration. Man, okay. I do wonder if I'm going to be doing this every single time. I understand that would make sense if you're going to be switching between monitors, but let's see how accurate this is. Okay. Nice. So these are actually the games. We're going to be having Time Crisis, Point Blank, Steel Gunner and Steel Gunner 2. So there's one thing I do wonder, is like, how is it actually possible that we're going to be having the 4 freaking same games like my arcade 1-up machine? So I'm hoping to have like an update where we have like more games, because this thing, yeah, it's the same stuff, you know. However, let's get into the game. Let's see the overall emulation is, what can we do with the settings and everything else. So at this point they're actually using the original arcade. So let's see which button I need to press for putting in a coin. Okay, so that's kind of cool. Cancel, you can change it out, game selection menu, restart game, calibration. We're not going to be doing that. Okay, so we need to have the left one over here for just using this to put in a coin. So I'm very glad I went for the original arcade version, where I love the PlayStation 1. Of course, the arcade version is so much more superior. So we did use actually the pedal. Oof, I need to get used to this. Ooh, that one is really dangerous. So accuracy wise, can we actually use this without? Okay, this is the button. Okay, yeah, we can actually use the button here at the side. We can use both buttons, so that's pretty cool. So let's move it out away a little bit more, because I'm a little bit too close on the screen now. Yeah, now we're getting the hang of it. Because the thing is, if you're going to be doing this calibration, and the calibration will be done to a certain, let's say, distance. If you're going to be closing up, it's going to be not accurate enough. That left guy. Oh, the red one was nasty. So when it comes for playing the game, I must say that accuracy wise and everything, this plays really nice. Oh crap, we got a red one over there. Ooh. I need to hurry up. I'm a little bit too close to the screen again. Oh! Need to hurry up. I completely forgot how freaking brutal this game is. Oh, time is up. So the menu itself, the way how everything works is pretty cool. So what I've shown before, so if you get getting into the main menu, or at least the option in here, we can actually switch out to certain kind of options. So we can cancel game selection. So let's hold the coin button. It was this one over here. And that's it. It works like a charm. Point blank! Yeah, love it. Love point blank. So let's plug in the second controller. So actually for me, if you're looking at the controller configuration, I think the two light guns are absolutely worth for point blank. Absolutely. If you're going to be playing against each other, the only time I wish I would add point blank 2, 3, there are so many of these similar games, they're so much fun, you know. So if they would like add all of the point blanks, that would be so freaking cool. So we can just plug in, let's plug this one out, let's plug this one in. And just see for fun, does it automatically work? Oh wait, I need to remove the piece of plastic over here. Otherwise it doesn't work, of course. So, fun fact is like, let's see. Yeah, that's the thing I was thinking. We need to do some calibration with the second gun if we're going to be plugging it. But automatically it will detect it, so that's pretty cool. It's going to be the same shenanigans again. Oh, yep. Okay, wait, I need to do a little bit farther. And it's going to be the same situation like the other one. I was just messing with this, but you really need to be accurate and don't mess around with it. Otherwise it will say you didn't do it correctly, you're going to be doing it again. So yeah, that is one thing. This is the fastest it's going to go. 3 to go. Let's put in some coins. And let's have some fun. So first I wanted to actually just start with playing alone. Oh yeah, the one with the apple. I got one bullet. Let's see. I played this a lot on my freaking arcade one up. Okay, let's see if I mess it up. I have no idea where I actually shoot. Let's see if I can enter the game. There we go. Yes, there's 2 guns. Oh, almost. Oh, God. Ah! Oh, I love this. Oh, that was a good one. Ooh, nice. Dual gun action. Makes me one thing, like, make me wonder, like, one thing, what happens if we're going to be having a lot of daylight? Okay. Okay, that works. Oh, this one's even, this one doesn't do anything in the menu. Okay. Okay. Before we're going to be messing around, let's press B and getting into the settings over here, because I am really curious. Okay, that's kind of cool. It actually shows like how freaking long you need to hold it. Okay, there we go. So it is pretty cool. We can change out a lot of things over here. Oh, regarding, let's say, how does it work with, let's say, extreme lights above of me. You can see that nothing is actually happening now. If you're going to be turning on the LEDs. In the beginning I had some little weird thing going on, but... Yeah, okay. Let's see what's happening now. Okay. Yeah, let's see. Okay, it's like doing a little bit of this weird flickering. Okay. Let's hold it. And let's remove the lighting. Yeah, I have the idea. Let's see, let's point it at the steel gunner game. Let's turn on the lights. I have the feeling that it's a little bit hard to actually aim at the screen now. But it can be me. Let me know what you think. However, let's get into the menu itself and what can we change out. So it's cool, we can change out the different games. We're having Point Blank, let's see what you can change on. So Time Crisis, so that's kind of cool. We can change out the flash intensity, and yeah, that's more like for, I think, for the authentic feel, because let's be honest, like we don't really need the flashing, because that was actually for the original light gun. So we can turn on and off the crosshair, the cheating, we're going to be calling it. But we can also change out the difficulty, so that's pretty cool. So let's see what's going on. Point Blank, same thing. I think the flash can be turned on and off. And with Steel Gunners, we're going to be having the difficulty, and the Steel Gunners 2 also have the difficulty. Okay, so it's kind of cool. Gonna be honest with you guys, I have no connection with this game at all. Like Steel Gunners is maybe a cool game for back in the arcade, but nah. So I do wonder one thing, and something I didn't mention before, is the recoil. I do really wonder how it is with the recoil itself. Okay, when it comes to the recoil, it is cool, and the reason I'm actually testing it now is because I just wanted to mess around with it to see what is going on, and I can tell you it is really cool. The rumble motor, actually, yeah, they say recoil, but I think it's cool because with this game it's like a real shooter. And one of the things I found absolutely awesome, if you're going to be shooting, so at the point you're going to be shooting, you're going to be having the vibration mode as well. So I think that is a very cool overall idea, and you can shut it off if you want to. Let's get into the second player. I'm just doing with and without rumble, but I can tell you that with the rumble it is so much more fun. Otherwise it feels more like I'm pointing at the screen and just shooting, you know. So when it comes to that, I think it's pretty cool. So let's move to the other game. So at this point I must say the overall experience is quite pleasant with the menu and everything. So that is absolutely awesome. But let's get into the game itself. So in the beginning you see with the first game, you see the flickering of the crosshair, but that has to do because I was way too close to the screen. You need to have like quite a lot of distance, even where this thing is a very tiny display. So if you're going to be up close, you can see this flickering. So you need to get to the right position. Like I mentioned with the previous game, this is absolutely a very cool add-on when it comes to, let's say, the rumble motor. The rumble motor is a cool add-on. Because if you're going to be looking into, let's say, the Time Crisis one, the arcade one up, you had the clicking mechanism that slides every single time you're going to be pushing a button. That was also cool, but it was not like fun for like these real gun games, because this is like a real shooter. So the rumble motor is absolutely a cool addition to that. But emulation wise, yeah, there's nothing crazy going on over here. And we can just shut it off if you don't like that. So for me, when it comes to this particular system, Point Blank and Time Crisis are absolutely my favorites. Before we're going to be wrapping up this video, what I actually wanted to do is the following thing. So let's go with the settings. And what I wanted to do is going to the Time Crisis. We're going to be getting into, let's say, put it easy. And I want to just remove the flash intensity. Yeah, the intensity. It makes no sense actually to doing that. Then we're going to be doing cheating. But what we're going to be doing is doing the recoil, and let's see how that functions. Is there anything going on with communication by which single game we have like this different rumble, or is it just a general rumble? Because if I'm going to be pulling the trigger, you can actually feel we do actually have like a single rumble mode, so that is kind of cool. Let's do something crazy. Can I actually use a second gun? Let's see. Okay, no, that is completely disabled. Just wanted to check it out. So, but what is kind of cool, and I love it, like with the rumble, I didn't mention it before, but I wanted to test it out separately, because with this, we actually have a single rumble. And I must say that for a rumble motor that's inside of this thing, it is pretty cool. Nice. So one of the things that they absolutely need to do is adding more games, because Time Crisis and Point Blank are absolutely lovable games. So the Steel Gunner, not that much in my opinion. So when it comes to the rumble, they did a great job. How about the light guns itself? I must say they are indeed really comfortable. They are like big, but not to the point that they're too big, too clunky, too heavy whatsoever. So rumble function, they did a great job. So where I'm really used to, like say, solenoids inside of these things, we have seen it before with retro shooter, with the mechanical one. I also have like the more deluxe one, even with the slider. But I must say that I don't really miss the slider at this point. The rumble motor inside is quite aggressive and it's absolutely great. It's a very subtle but aggressive, if that makes any sense by the way. And I must say the feel it makes is cool. In combination with the overall software, it will actually say if it needs to be like a single rumble or like a multiple rumble itself. It's super convenient. If you just want to reset the game, you can just press the button over here. Because if you're going to be getting into the menu, you need to hold the coin button for quite a long time actually to get into the menu itself. But I think it's absolutely great they implemented the reset button on the console itself. But in this case, I'm not changing out anything when it comes to, let's say, the monitor itself. But we're going to be needing to recalibrate the overall light gun situation. So yeah, that is something you need to take consideration every single time. You need to do that again. Can they make this maybe faster? I want to be over it! It's absolutely awesome to play Time Crisis again, the real arcade version this time. The light guns are very comfortable and the rumble motor is absolutely a cool addition. So I do wonder, like, is this a one-off thing or are there coming some updates or more games? Because this has absolutely a lot of potential. If they have the option to add or have a lot of new games, you have like this ultimate plug and play solution because the overall construction and everything is pretty nice. Let me know in the comments what you think. Thank you all for watching and it will be great to see you in the next video.